And Alex had called him up and says...
You agreed to take him out when?
Well, I told Alex...
By the time they're taking him out in a pine box?
Well,
when do you think he wants them out?
Mr. Pagan had called me up and he said, well, we need to take the stuff out. I said, we have no problem. And he says, well, he's trying to hold...
What does I have no problem mean to you? You do have a problem. You either don't understand me or you don't know what now means. Why have 2 months passed? You can't just say, I agree, no problem, I'll do it. And then not do it. That's the same as saying, no, make me. It's the exact same thing. That's why you're here.
You're right.
Of course I'm right. This is preposterous.
Your Honor, can I say something at this point?
Yes.
As much as Don here may have an argument with Yaya about these desks, the case that I have has absolutely nothing to do with the desks. I neither own the desks, nor did I lease the property. I am a third party to this. I lent cameras. He won't give them back, and he tried to extort $250 from me for that. I have no obligation.
Let me just explain something to you. You're a businessman, right? He's a businessman, too, and he's a smart businessman. That's why he wanted some collateral before you start taking stuff out, because he wanted to make sure you'd come back.
But it's not my desk.
Stop a second. That's how smart a businessman he is, that he sized you up and he knows that you could care less about the desks. He knows that it's going to end up being his problem. Okay? That's why he didn't extort. Extortion's a crime. Extortion means that you're trying... No, he was trying to strike a business deal with you so you could get what you wanted and he could get what he wanted, which is assurance. And then that didn't happen. Ironically, now I'm in court. Now what do I have to do? As funny as he is, he's right. Your only defense to releasing third-party property is, hey, I don't know you from a hole in a wall. I have no contract with you. I don't know that this is your stuff. If he had walked in here today without his good friend, Mr. Shah, I'd say, hey, I guess you're out of gas. I guess you better get it from Mr. Shah. But he didn't. That is your tenant, right? Your tenant has testified that's not your tenant's stuff. Your tenants have testified it's his stuff. At this point, you have to release the cameras. Now, how are we going to do this? Because how do we know you're not going to traipse on this guy's property and damage it somehow?
I don't want to be on his property. I came in with one of my employees.
Oh, would you like him to pay to take all this stuff down?
Well, I have an affidavit of one of my employees. We came down to take it down carefully. We brought tools. We were going to do it very neatly. Okay. And he told us to stop. Here's the deal, Mr.
Ambrosio. Here's what you need to do. Did you have a security deposit with Mr. Shah?
That's been used up.
Okay. You need to sue Mr. Shah. You need to hire somebody to take all the stuff you want out. And then that's going to cost you X amount of money, you know, whatever it's going to be, a couple $100, $500, and then you need to file a lawsuit against Mr. Shah for what it's costing you to get that stuff out.
Okay.
Okay? You want that, Mr. Shah? You want to go get your stupid desks?
I will take care of that.
I'm going to give you a date and time by which you will take care of it.
Sure.
Okay? Because I got to be honest with you guys. We're busy in the court system, and we don't have time for this shenanigans. So, Officer McIntosh is going to walk out with everybody here, and we're going to pick a date and time by which you will get your stuff out of there. And whether or not that happens, he's not a party in this lawsuit, okay? So, if that doesn't happen, then you sue him for what it costs you to clear it out, okay? You don't want to pay what some other guy wants to make money on it. You want to just get your desk. That's going to be a lot cheaper for you. In the meantime, he gets his stuff.
Your Honor, may I say one more thing, though?
Yeah.
When Mark, the branch manager, called Don in relation to me coming down...
Who's Mark? Who's the branch manager of
right over
what?
here. Okay. I just wanted to make one point clear.
Yeah.
Before I went down for the cameras, Mark called Don to get permission and to notify him that I was coming down for my cameras. So not only did Don have notice, but Mark also told him...
Mr. Pagan, can I ask you a question? What the hell is wrong with you? Seriously, you just won the case. You're going to get your cameras and you're still arguing with me? Well, stop. Okay? I don't care how many of you suited young men turn around and order him around. You're in this problem because of your good pal who is not a professional. So I don't care how many managers call him up and tell him whatever. I don't have to listen to you if I'm the landlord. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I release valuable stuff to you, and I don't know if he's going to turn around and sue me because it wasn't your stuff. Okay? I don't care. I don't want to hear another. If you say one more word, I'm going to change my mind. You want that to happen? Very smart young man.
Can I say one?
No.
Come on in here. You look like shocked when the judge said, as funny as he is, he's right. At that moment, what were your thoughts at that moment?
It's ridiculous that I have to be putting up with this. I've been putting up with this for a year and a half, and I still got to put up with it. Now I got to give him back his stuff. It just burns me up.
Well, you got to give him back the cameras. The guy, it's his. They're his.
We have a contract that says I'm allowed to do whatever I want with anything, but that was not talked about. So.
Okay, so you anticipate any more problems with
I hope
the old
not.
desk man over there?
Hopefully it'll be gone for good.
Otherwise, we'll see you back in here.
Yep.
Okay. Right this way, sir. Okay, you may now say another word. Step in here, right next to him, all right? What's your thought on this? Move back a little bit. What's your thought on this?
Honestly, I'm a little offended the judge wouldn't let me make the point.
After you win the case, you don't have to keep arguing.
I understand, but it's just a question of having a clear name. First of all, we called Don, and if he'd mentioned that there was furniture there, I would have brought the truck with me. On the drive back, I have an affidavit from a friend who went there with me, which
he pulled up and he said there was some garbage left. He didn't mention furniture or anything else. Some garbage
I volunteered to clean up the garbage.
If he said there was furniture, we brought the truck. None of us would.
You ready to go get the desks?
I have no problem, like I said, no problem.
We were going to get them that day.
Yeah, we were going to get them that day.
Okay, boys.
It's the 250 extortion.
Okay, boys.
Yeah.
Bobby?
So,
Okay, Kurt.